Hi sewers and aspiring sewers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doyen, and in this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to recreate this Barca jersey. So if this looks like what you're interested in, then you want to keep watching this video to the end. And if you're a Barca fan, this video is dedicated to you. In order to achieve this design, these are the basic materials we're going to be working with. The first thing I have here is this borderless print, which has the description UNICEF on it. Then I have this jersey fabric that comes in colors. So I have this in royal blue and red, and there are times that you don't get to actually see pattern jersey like this, so you have to recreate yourself. So to learn more about recreation and other kinds of jersey, then you want to build our jersey course. The next material we have here is this cotton rib fabric, which is going to be used for the neckline and the sleeve band. Also, I'm going to be working with a large size measurement. So with no further delay, guys, let's just get right into the main video. Now, because I have a template I am working with, and also because I am working with a pattern fabric, I have to be very logical while doing this. So because of the design we want to achieve, the center point of my front bodice has to be the part that has the royal blue. That's for the center point, so I have to be logical. So for instance, if the line of your design is about 3 inches, all you just need to do is divide the 3 inches into 2. So the other part is going to be 1.5, while the other part facing is going to be 1.5. I hope you understand. So for better clarity, this is what it looks like. The upper part is about 1.5, while the other part is about 1.5. So I'm just going to trim the top edge just so that we can have a smooth surface. After that, the next thing you want to do is to take your full length measurement. On my measurement book, my full length is 30 inches. So I'm just going to add 2 inches to 30 inches. So I'm going to go ahead to measure 32 inches. So our area of conversation here is the front bodice. So once I'm done measuring the length of this front bodice, I'm going to go ahead to cut the circumference of the front bodice. That's cutting off the edges, just as seen in this video. Once I'm done, I'm going to put that aside. Next, again, I'm going to repeat the same procedure on the back bodice, but this time around the back bodice is going to have the red parts at the center, not the blue parts. So I'm going to follow the same rule, but at this point the back side is going to be extended in length by about 3 to 4 inches, because the shoulder line of the back bodice is going to be higher than the front. So I'm going to position the front bodice on the back bodice just as seen in this video. Then I'm going to adjust it such that the allowance is at the upper part of my back bodice, just as you can see in the video. Next thing here is my shoulder measurement. On my measurement book, my shoulder is 19 inches. So 19 inches divided by 2 is 9.5. I'm going to mark that here. Then for my neckline measurement, I'm working with 2.5 by 3.5. So the neckline width is measured as 2.5 inches, while the depth of my neckline is measured at 3.5 inches. So after marking that point, I'm going to use my French curve to mark a curve around my neckline, just as you can see in this video. Next, after that, you come towards this shoulder line here and come down by 1 inch. So after that, the next thing you want to do is to connect that line towards your neckline, just as seen in this video. Again, around your chest line area, you measure your shoulder line 9.5. Then you connect the line from the shoulder line to the midpoint downwards, just to have a margin for your armhole. So from that point, I'm going to come down by 9 inches for my armhole measurement. Then on this other part, I'm going to form a midpoint for my armhole, which is 4.5. Then from that point, I'm going to come inward by 0.5. So on this other hand here, I'm going to come in by 0.75. So I'm going to use my French curve to connect these lines together. So at this point, we already have our armhole curve, just as seen in this video. The next measurement here is the body measurement. On my measurement book, my body measurement is 48 inches. 48 inches divided by 4 is 12 inches. So I added half inch seam allowance, and what we have here is 12.5. That's on the front bodice. So the next thing we're going to be doing here is to cut out this shoulder line for the front bodice. So after that, then I'm going to position a ruler on the back bodice, slanted in the shape of the front bodice. Then measure 1 inch. So you can try to measure 1 inch or 1.5, depending on how high you want your backside shoulder line to be. So after that, I'm going to just connect my armhole together like that. Then for the neckline, I'm going to be working with 2.5 inches by 1 inch. 2.5 inches for the neckline width, but I use 1 inch for the neckline depth. Then I mark a curve around it, just as seen in this video. So once I'm done with all of this, the next thing is to cut out what we have here. So for the front bodice, this is what it looks like. So you can see that the royal blue is centralized on the front bodice. The next thing here is the sleeve measurements. If my armhole is 9 inches, for the sleeve circumference, I'm going to measure 10 inches. But unfortunately, because of the design on the bodies of my jersey, I am short of fabric here, and what I have measured here is 9 inches. So I'm going to just manipulate it, hoping that I won't encounter any difficulty, because the fabric I'm working with is not actually very stretchy like that. But then there's always a way around something. So for the neckline, for the sleeve circumference, I have 9 inches measured, which is supposed to be 10 inches. So we are short of 1 inch there. So my sleeve length is 11 inches, and because I'm going to be adding a 1 inch band to it, I'm just going to maintain the same 11 inches. So by the time I sew and from the top side and downside, I will be left with 10 inches. To make up for the 1 inch shortage, I came down by 4.5 inches here instead of 3.5. Then on the second line, I came down again by 1.5 inches. So on the second line, I'm going to measure my round sleeve measurement, which is 8.5. Then on my down sleeve, I'm going to measure 8 inches. All of these measurements include the same allowance of 0.5. So basically, I'm going to be connecting the line towards my round sleeve. So from this other point here, you're not going to be drafting out the regular curve. We are going to curve it on this part first, then we are going to turn over the curve ruler in this form to also form a curve around the sleeve. So by the time we are done curving, this is what it's going to look like. So I did this just to deepen the curve of my sleeve. So by the time you deepen the curve of your sleeve, the sleeve extension is going to fit into what you have on your armhole. So by measuring the curve, what we have here is 10 inches, and if I didn't deepen it, we wouldn't have add up to that. So I'm just going to go ahead to cut out what we have here.
Hello, I'm super excited to announce to you that our online courses are now available. So if you are interested in learning more about streetwear, you want to know how to make t-shirts, joggers, hoodies, varsity jacket, track suits, sweatpants, cargo pants, and so many more, these courses are made for you. The courses are displayed on your screen. So if you are interested in registering for any of these courses, then you want to just click on the link underneath this video to register for these courses. And guys, guess what? These courses are well detailed. You're going to be learning how to identify fabrics, how to matchmake fabrics, size charts, measurements, and the like, depending on the course you are actually subscribing for. So you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. So kindly click on the link in my bio. Can you click on the link in the description to actually register for this class? Bye.
Next thing here is my neckline band and my sleeves band. So I'm going to be working with 2.5 inches length for this band, while for the width I'm going to be working with what I have measured here. What I have measured here is about 8 to 9 inches thereabouts. That's on a fold. So I'm going to be cutting out 3 pieces of this. So dear sewers, that will be all on the cutting process of this Barca jersey. In the next video, I'm going to be taking you through the sewing process of how to achieve this beautiful Barca jersey. So the sewing tutorial of this particular jersey drops today by 7 p.m. and you don't want to miss it. So all you just need to do is turn on the notification bell so you can get notified when I drop the sewing tutorial video. And I'll see you again in the next class. Bye.